There are close to 300 suspected terrorists at Guantanamo Bay. Among them, the self-confessed mastermind of the September 11th attacks. The military's chief officer is now saying Guantanamo Bay is not the place to hold them. Joining a chorus of people from around the world, the Joint Chiefs Chairman, Adm Mike Mullen, says too much negative publicity over how the suspects have been treated is damaging the United States worldwide. With us now from Los Angeles, Bridget Gabrielle, who is president and founder of American Congress for Truth, a conservative group, and in Washington, Spencer Boyer. He is the director of international law with the Center for American Progress. His group says Guantanamo has become a symbol of American hypocrisy and abuse. You know, this is not the first time we've heard this, Bridget. Why do you think it should remain open?
It should remain open because it's holding 300 of the world's most terrible terrorists that even their own nations do not want them back.
Not the 300 of the world's most terrible terrorists, 300 suspected terrorists. We're a nation of laws, remember?
That's right, but we would pick them up in the battlefield. Let's remember where we picked them up, and we put them there. These guys are so bad that even their own countries like Saudi Arabia, who supposedly has the terrorist reform rehab center going on, don't even want them back. So why should we bring them to our nation, put them in our prison system where they have rights to basically have law under our Constitution to sue our government?
Spencer Boyd, why should we?
Well, I think Admiral Mullen has it exactly right. Guantanamo has become a huge liability for the United States. And when you look at the meager benefits we get from keeping it open versus the huge problems that are being caused to America's reputation and status around the world, you know, there's no contest. Guantanamo needs to be shut down.
Bridget?
Nonsense. Since when does the United States fight a war to protect its citizen by playing according to what our enemy thinks of our reputation? Who gives a darn? Do you see the Russian caring about how our enemy perceives them when they conduct actions of war? We are at war with radical Islam, and this war has been declared by them on us. We must do whatever we have to do to contain those suspected terrorists and put them in their place where we can monitoring them instead of them going back on the streets, and then so we can have to arrest them back from the streets and bring them back to the prison.
Spencer, how much of this is not simply about location, but about the manner in which the United States has handled this, i.e., for most of them, not giving them even the charges against them or allowing them to have legal counsel for so many years?
Well, I think it's largely about that. As you said, Shep, in the beginning of the program, Guantanamo has become a symbol of hypocrisy and abuse and frankly, lawlessness to much of the world. And let's remember who's supporting the closing of Guantanamo. Not only Admiral Mullen, but President Bush himself is on record saying it should be closed. Former Secretary of State Powell. You have Secretary of Defense Gates saying it should be closed. And John McCain, the leading Republican right now in the presidential race, has said that on day one he would close Guantanamo and transfer all these folks to Leavenworth. No one is saying that we should let them go, but Guantanamo is beyond redemption.
Bridget, is it your sense that there will be an outcry from some in this nation who believe that this is a bad idea, or is this something that's just going to be allowed to happen?
And no, this is a very bad idea, and you're going to see many military generals and those who are handling Guantanamo and those who are involved in Guantanamo and know the prisoners that are there. You're going to see them rise and try to fight this as hard as they can. We cannot bring those type of terrorists into our prison system to the United States to fight us on our own turf, plus poisoning the minds of many people in prison today who are susceptible to receive this type of information and this type of radical training. We do not need them here.
Bridget Gabriel, Spencer Boyd, an interesting argument. It's laid out. We'll see what happens, and we'll keep you informed. Thank you both.